Hi everyone, welcome to the next video. In this video, as I mentioned, I'll have the folder structure already created, and we will start with basically having the settings in place. First, we start with the IAM Terraform settings. So as I told you that I have created these different prompts for this project so that the AI doesn't get confused too much, and we have specific prompts for us to have this in place. So as part of that, you know we are just telling the co-pilot that what we are trying to do as part of the whole project. Okay. And then what I'm trying to do is that I'll do the second part of it, that is the points 2 and 3, which would contain orchestrating or triggering the step functions from a local file, and then that step functions state invoking the ingestion lambda, which in turn invokes the compliance lambda to give us the output, right? So what I have already done is I have already put this particular prompt in, and also I have put the IAM related settings. So this particular till this part is already in place in my project. So with respect to IAM, I have mentioned the different resources which are needed for the two lambdas and the step functions. And by the way, we are doing the IAM for the execution roles of these three services, the two lambdas and one step function. Each of those services would have one execution role running on the AWS cloud. So as I told, till here I have completed. I've already put the prompts, so I'll not do it again. I'll just show you what we have right now. So we have the project, first of all, which has the agents, the two agents, compliance and ingestion. Nothing there, just the folders. The CI, we won't worry about that right now. And inside the infra you have dev, prod and staging. Nothing again in any of these folders. And inside the modules you have the lambda, you have the IAM Terraform settings you would want to configure, lambda, S3, step functions. And obviously step functions, you would need the definition, which we would basically provide in just a bit, and a empty shared folder we have, and plus a main.tf and under infra, right? I am, as I mentioned, I have already put the first prompt to have the role related settings in place. So just to make it easy and clear, for role we require minimum assume role data section, and then so obviously this is the role resource section for the ingestion and the compliance lambda roles, right? And you just tag this policy there. And then you have a section for the policy, and ultimately you need to basically link the policy with the role. So you have a resource for a role policy, so these are the bare minimum required for the exec role for both the lambdas and also for step functions, right? So once you understand it, then you will never forget that okay, I need these resources for me to set the execution role up, right? And inside of the policy you would need the different permissions for the different services for which for which the role needs the access, right? So in case of ingestion, it has put the logs. Obviously you need the logs to be stored, to be created, and you need access to S3, because the S3 event would send you the bucket and the event, bucket and the key So you would need to have access to get the file from that location, right? So once you get the file, then you extract text out of that file as part of ingestion lambda. So it has put those two permissions in that document, which is fine. We can change it. We may have to add a couple more permissions to this, which we'll do when we come to that. And similarly, for compliance, right now it's we have put the bare minimum, like S3 and logs related. And coming to the step functions again, the data section to allow the step functions role to assume allow the action assume role for step functions, right? And very similar to lambda, you have the IAM role resource, the IAM policy data section, and then the role policy resource to attach or link the role with the policy, right? So hope it is sorted, very light, and what can I say, bare minimum is what we are doing, so that we understand what we are doing, right? It's not just putting something because you have the copilot, right? We should also understand what we are trying to do. So that is why I put, or I have this prompt cheat sheet with me, because whatever worked, I just wanted to share it with people. Now coming to the next prompt, let's so I think we already have the folders. So we have to basically, this is already there, this has come with the folder structure, so I can just remove it, not to confuse the copilot also. Okay, so now we are trying to little bit change or add more permissions to the role. Okay, so basically for the ingestion lambda exec role, we need S3 get input, textract and Bedrock APIs. For compliance lambda, we need S3 get input logs, and the Bedrock APIs. Okay, so this will basically do that edit. Let's see what it does. So yes, it has come back with the edit. Let's quickly go to the ingestion lambda policy. So it has added the Bedrock related permissions, logs and S3 were already there, and the textract related permissions, because the ingestion lambda would require textract to extract the text, right? And then coming to the compliance lambda, it has allowed or added the Bedrock related permissions. Step functions, it has added the lambda invoke related permission, because we need step functions to invoke the ingestion lambda. So overall we have taken allow on lambda, and obviously we can make it more constrained when we put the specific resources for which we want to give the allow part of it. So that is something which we can do later, right? So we can make it more we can reduce the privileges later on. Right now I have put the resources as star, so that we have things up and running, and we can always fine tune various aspects later. And plus it has put the output from this IAM is more what we are doing with IAM. We are basically creating the role, and the role ARNs and role names would go as output from the IAM, which can be then used by other modules as part of the Terraform setup, right? So I had already mentioned in the prompt that in the output you provide the ARNs and the names, because generally you require those settings as part of other modules. Right. These outputs you can put in an output file as well, since we have around 6 different outputs. So what I'll do is I'll just cut this, create an outputs file. uh, by the way, it's very uh, it's an open uh, what happened here on X. The syntax part of it is very open in case of Terraform. So it's not that you always have to have outputs in outputs.tf. You can have outputs in main, you can have variables in main only. So in one file you can have everything. But it's always better to divide different settings into different files. So outputs we generally put in outputs file, but if it's like a couple of outputs, you can just put it in main as well. And for variable declaration, we use variables.tf as a standard, but there is no hard and fast rule there. Okay, so we have the output, we have the main. I'll stop it right here, because I don't want to have a single video getting too long, because I want you to learn this in a few steps, so that you can basically spare some time every day, and complete this workflow, let's say in a week or 10 days, right? Because sometimes we just don't have time upfront to do it at a stretch. Hope you like the video. I'll do the next part of settings related to Lambda and step functions S3 in the next video, and we take it from there. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.